Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Down below, hit that subscribe button, hit all. You'll get everything when I make it, alright? Okay, let's jump in our time machine. Let's go back to Leamington of 1996, August of 1996 that is. And let's go, well, I want to visit there. Let's talk about a 34-year-old by the name of Bruce. Alright? He's missing. Nobody knows where he is. I think it's another cold case, guys. Let's go. In August 1996, when he was 34 years old, Bruce asked his mother for $1,000 and said he was going away for a while. He called some friends in Manitoba and without explanation walked out the door of his family's home in Leamington, Ontario, Canada, and was never heard of again. Bruce grew up in Leamington, played hockey in his youth, and lived in Manitoba for a period of time. He was a skilled carpenter who enjoyed boating and fishing. He eventually returned to Leamington to work as a bartender in the International Hotel, a neighborhood bar in a two-story brick building on the corner of Erie Street South, owned by Bruce's family. At the time of his disappearance, Bruce smoked cigarettes, drank beer, and had been unemployed for several months due to his struggle with bipolar disorder. After Bruce left home, his family initially believed he may have traveled west. They searched for years across Canada, focusing their early efforts in Manitoba. They attempted to locate him at fishing lodges in northern part of the province without success. Bruce grew up in Leamington, Ontario, Canada. He played hockey in his youth and graduated from the Leamington District Secondary School. He moved to Manitoba for a period of time before returning to Leamington to work as a bartender in the International Hotel, a business owned by his family. He was a talented carpenter, enjoyed fishing and boating, and at the time of his disappearance suffered from bipolar disorder. In August 1996, he had been unemployed for several months due to his health issues. Nearly a decade later, in 2005, Bruce's mother was admitted into intensive care at the Windsor Regional Hospital with a lung infection, prompting his family to intensify their search. His brother, sister, and cousin shared Bruce's story and details with the media, concentrating their efforts in the Winnipeg area. His family placed several ads in the Winnipeg Free Press and detailed their efforts to find him. These stories led to 4 tips from callers in the Winnipeg area who said they had seen a man that looked like Bruce living on the streets in the city. He was seen near liquor stores, shelters, bars, and around the Winnipeg legislature. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit weird, alright? In February 2005, if anybody knows Manitoba, especially between Sudbury, Ontario and Winnipeg, Manitoba, you know that the winters get dreadfully cold and they get a lot of snow. Alright? So in February 2005, Winnipeg Salvation Army also initiated a search. Bruce's photo was featured on every bus in the city. Bruce's sister, brother, and cousin also traveled to Winnipeg around this time. For 5 days, they searched the streets, bars, homeless shelters, and welfare offices of Winnipeg. They hope to give Bruce a chance to get medication, a chance to come home, or set up a place for him wherever he was. If he's homeless out there in the cold and sick, we have to find out, his sister told the Windsor Star. They also hope to bring Bruce home to his worried mother. In March 2005, after following up on reported sightings of Bruce in Winnipeg, his cousin said to the family was confident that Bruce was not living on the streets of Winnipeg. His brother said Bruce might not be in Winnipeg, and if he is, that he probably didn't want to be found. Detective Henry Ingrata of Leamington Police told media that Bruce was listed as missing on the National Police Database, and that if he was ever arrested, the police would check the database and notify the family, but could not force Bruce to return home. The family continued their search. They planned to send posters to Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver, and attempted to access Human Resources and Development Canada to see if Bruce has ever received any unemployment insurance benefits. In the 24 years since Bruce walked out the door of his family home, he has never contacted his friends or family, and no trace of him has ever been found. His family has never given up hope of finding him, and have now expanded their search overseas. In 2019, posters of Bruce were shared in Singapore. Bruce would be 59 years old this year. Here you go, guys. Here's your story of Bruce. All right. I want everybody to share this. Get it out there. Let's find Bruce. Let's give his family some closure. If he's alive, be it. Okay? Maybe he's not. Okay. At least his family knows. They need closure. If he's not alive, then I hope he rests in peace. Let's just get him home for a proper burial. All right? So I want everybody to share this on their Facebook and get this going, get this out there. See if we can find him. Don't forget to share, like, comment below, and certainly don't forget to subscribe. Later, everybody.